Hi, it's Jennifer from Love Learning Languages, and I can't wait to tell you another way you can have your students doing a little French every day. And this resource is going to be perfect either to use in the classroom or as a distance learning resource. So the name of it is Rencontrer Clément, but what does it mean? First of all, it's an upper intermediate level resource in the form of a story. It includes listening comprehension, a cloze activity, and some C clause exercises. So basically, the description of this guy Clément is given. Okay, that's what the kids get before they even start reading the story. So the personal description of the personnage in this activity can either be used as a speaking or writing prompt. Remember that reading and listening comprehension are included. So, you know how sometimes it's difficult to come up with good ideas for creative storytelling or imaginative writing, right? So often we're focused on producing correct grammar that we or our students forget that it can really be fun to tell stories. So, if you've been looking for creative prompts to get the ball rolling for your upper intermediate level stories, I know you're going to have fun with this resource. So, it includes a story to listen to and read along. And then students can complete listening comprehension and first conditional C clause activities. Here's what you need to know about Clément. So this is what the kids are going to get first before they read the story, before they listen to the story, before they write a story. They're going to learn that Clément a 55 ans, Clément est divorcé depuis 10 ans, Clément n'a pas d'enfant, Clément a changé de profession à l'âge de 48 ans, Clément travaille maintenant comme blogueur, Clément habite au bord de la mer et il se déplace en scooter. Right? So that gives them an idea already of who this guy is. How old is he? Oh, wow, man, he's divorced, but he doesn't have any kids. Look at him. He's changed profession at the age of 48 years old, and now he's working as a blogger. He lives near the sea, and he gets around on a scooter. So he's a pretty cool guy. Here's everything that's included in this resource. You get detailed background information about Clément. You get a C clause writing activity in the first conditional using the future simple and present tense. You get a story about Clément based on his background. Now, this story is approximately 500 words long. You get an MP4 audio recording so that the students can listen to the story being read aloud by a native speaker, and a listening comprehension cloze activity. So you can use this resource for creative writing or storytelling, and you can use it to improve reading and listening skills. So here are the student instructions, okay? You're going to tell them step one, and this is all included, okay? Uh, Step one, read the personal details about Clément, right? Step two, once you know Clément's background, complete the C clause prompts that are provided. And they all begin in the future simple. You should just finish them in the present tense. And this step is going to help your students build up to writing a story. Step three, listen to a story about Clément. And don't read the text yet. Just listen and see how much you can understand. Step four, complete the cloze activity to test your listening comprehension before you read the actual text. Fill in 20 blanks with words you hear in the MP4 recording, and a word bank is provided in this activity. Step five, check your work as you read the full text for the first time. Take some time to read the English translation provided to compare sentence structure. And be sure to note new vocabulary words and expressions. And then step six, this is the final step. It's time for your students to try their hand at creative writing in French. The story they listen to is going to give them an idea of what kind of story they can write. But they really need to remember that they can use their imagination. Just let those creative juices flow. The background information and the C clauses that students will have already written are going to give them something to work with. And the more you read and write in French, the better understanding of sentence structure will be. And your students are going to be amazed at how much vocabulary they're going to learn. I would encourage them to use as many tenses, pronouns, and other grammatical structures as possible in their stories. Of course, it depends on what they've learned so far and how much they can remember. Now, here are some other ideas. How can you write a story with a friend? And this is something that can be done, again, either in the classroom or as a distance learning activity. So the students can even do this exercise via email or messaging. You see, they could write a story about Clément, and one of them sends a line, and then their partner writes back with the next one, back and forth and back and forth. And I think that they'll see it can be a lot of fun to see what kind of crazy stories they'll come up with about this guy, Clément, because the possibilities are endless. And also, how can you tell a story with a friend? Well, you can do the same thing, just use it as a speaking activity instead of writing. Students can take turns telling the next line of the story. Of course, this depends on your students' level, but if they have a hard time speaking and getting those words out, if oral production is difficult for them, it just might be a little bit easier if they're working along with another student who can add a bit more information. All right, thank you for considering this resource at Love Learning Languages, and you can check it out and find more stories like this in my TPT store. Just find the link below. Merci et à bientôt.